Hi, today is April 21st, 2018. This is actually my first time going live, so, yeah. I got enough courage and enough time to start, posting things on a page and posting things on my wall. And the reason why I had to do that is because I went to a whole nother level. I had a lot of things happen to me. I was dealing with a lot of demonic attacks, a lot of things, but I learned how to get through it, and I thought that if I put this on here, maybe it can help someone else, just like someone helped me. You know, I looked at some of the things online and I saw some of the things. Well, I knew it was going to happen anyway, because what God showed me in my dreams was like so real. But I don't want to go too deep into that in this video. Right now, I just want to talk about how you need to keep doing what you're doing. So when I first started, like I said, I had a lot of issues. And I had a lot of people attacking me, like, for no reason. But the higher I went into something, I was getting more promotions, more things happening, and God was shifting my life a lot. And I was like, what is going on? I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do what God told me to do, no matter what. If I don't have any money, what would I be doing that God told me to do? What do I need to do regardless? If everything is stripped from me? And I just kept serving. So my occupation changed, and I was like, you know, I had all these shifts. It was just like I kept working, and people would love me. They would take my ideas. I would go to states, nationals, teach these people how to deal with people with mental issues and stuff. People don't know that I had to learn that because my mom has this illness. I have a couple of family members that deal with a lot of mental issues, and I was surrounded by it. So it's something that, you know, was ingrained in me. And I understand that God made me like that. I used to be like, why? But I would have these things, and then I wouldn't get the promotion. People would pass over me. The people who really, you know, say they love me and, you know, they really just love me, all of a sudden they would have this disgust for me, and they would get up and just not, like, I wouldn't get the promotion. Not only that, I would get just so much attack. Not only physically, you know, or verbally, I would get it spiritually. So, and I was like, why am I going through this, God? Like, I'm doing everything that you told me to do. I did everything. Like, what is going on? What is going on? And, like, I didn't hear God speak to me or anything like that. What I did do, I just kept reading the Bible. And, I came across this verse in, Job. And it was just talking about how his friends were dogging him out. They was just like, you gotta be cursed. You had to bring something on yourself to do this. And, you know, and it was nothing that he did. It was because God knew that out of all the people in the whole wide world, that Job was faithful. Job was gonna go and do what he needed to do no matter what. And I've always prayed to be like Job. I promise you. Like, people think I'm crazy. Even when I was younger, I always wanted to suffer. So this is like, it's hard, but it's so much of an amazing gift, because I've learned through suffering and through going through a lot of trials and tribulations that when you get finished, baby, you get so purified. You get so purified. And I look at my other videos and I can see that. So, what I wanted to say is just keep going. No matter what's gonna happen, no matter what is going on, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you might be that only person at work that's doing your job. Everybody's slacking off, and you getting looked over. People, they're promoting all these people who, you know, shouldn't have any reason to be promoted, any reason to be uplifted, because they're bringing down people. You know, you got managers who are supposed to be uplifting, because you cannot be a leader. You're not a true leader if you don't uplift people. You know, if you don't uplift the people that are under you, you know, and you got all these people who are doing this, and they're not uplifting the people. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Don't worry about it. You keep doing what you're doing, because in the end, eventually, God is looking at you all the time. All the time, God is looking at you. But when that light shines on you, it's going to be nothing that they can do about it. Even your enemies, the ones that came in the spirit realm and tried to attack you, they're going to have to bow and know that you are loved by God. Okay, so don't worry about none of that. I just had to leave a job, and God really told me to leave this job. Even though I was just like, this is in my field. I loved it. I was doing all these projects. All I saw was a lot of spiritual chaos and the spiritual warfare in the top of the whole place. Like, it looked like it was kind of like Like they were sending curses in the hole, and it was like oil trickling down, like, and it's going down like a pyramid. Like it's starting at the top, and it's, so what I thought about it was that it was dealing with leadership, you know? And it took me a minute. Look, somebody's doing something over there. But it took me a minute to even, I was like, is this God or is this the enemy? And I was like, you know, then I was like, okay, it happened again, the same dream. And I was like, this got to be God. And not only that, other people was noticing. God told me to leave, and it took me a long time to jump up and go. And I was like, you know what, I got to go. But it was so much chaos. And then when I left, I was like, you know, I got to go before I get in trouble, because I had that issue before with being hesitant, because I'm thinking in the natural, in the carnal realm, that since everything is going okay, that it's all right. I'm still doing my job no matter what, which is not true. So I had to get up and I had to leave. Now, and I was getting paid less too. I was getting paid so much less. Like, it was crazy. People who I was managing was getting paid more than I was, you know, that kind of crazy stuff, you know. And I was like, how can I be the manager and I'm doing more and they're getting paid more? Like, that's just crazy. So I left, and I prayed about it, and I was like, you know what, I don't even know where I'm going to go from now. I'm just going to leave it up to the Lord. Lo and behold, the same day, it was another job waiting on me with more pay, less responsibilities, and I get to have weekends off, so I'm able to travel and speak more. So, like I said, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody distract you, or don't get so bottled up with people, because we are living in a time where the opposite, you know, the wrong is ended up being right, you know. Don't sit there and twist around, and just because you see someone else prospering and it looks like they're prospering, because they're not prospering. Prospering is not from the outside. It might look like they're having everything, they're getting all the promotions, people are talking all nice about them, but you don't even know what they did to go through that. Some people, you know, bowed their heads and sacrificed themselves to idols, you know, and that's a whole nother thing. You know, I'm Haitian, so I get into that whole thing in a whole minute. But you don't know. My grandmother used to say this, and my grandmother on my mother's side is not Haitian. She's Cherokee and Black. She always used to tell us, don't worry about what somebody else do, because you don't know what they did to get it, and you might not be willing to give it up. Now, she wasn't just saying like, oh, they did some bad demonic curses things, but what if you not a runner, you want to be a runner, Olympic runner, and you don't like to run? Why do you want to be Olympic runner then? Because that's part of the job. That's part of the duty. You got to run. You got to run. Rain, sleet, or snow. You got to be in top shape. You know, you might break your toe. You might break. I remember when I first started going into pageantry and stuff like that, and I was exercising, and I had just broken my foot, I broke 3 toes from on the aircraft, from flying on the plane. And I remember when I started, you know, going back into pageantry, that same foot, the toe broke, and there was just like, either you're gonna make the next competition, the cut, or you got to start all over for the whole year. So it's just like you got this obligation to do, you know. So yeah, just think about that. Like, that might not be what you're supposed to be doing. But if it is, and you did all that you could, keep doing what you're doing. No matter what it looks like, no matter how bad it seems, go with the Spirit. Keep following God. Keep doing what you're doing. Because in the end, you will be rewarded. It is a guaranteed fact. Whether you're a Christian, a non-Christian, you're a Buddhist, an atheist, everyone knows that's a universal law. People say universal law. That's a law that God designs. But people, when they put universal law, they try to take God out of it. But whatever you sow, therefore you shall also reap. Okay? You cannot go into the bank and get $1 million if you didn't put in $1 million, or if somebody didn't deposit $1 million from you. You see what I'm saying? So just remember that. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey, and stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. I gotta go shop.